I want to do a little sound test, if you don't mind. I'm going to hit my second floor tom-tom. Tell me if it's too loud. How's that sound? Loud, huh? Okay. Hold on. How's this sound? Does it sound deep and loud? Or okay and deep? All right, the other tom. This tom right here. Okay. You got all the PDFs. You have 2 sets of PDFs. One for today and one for Wednesday. Okay? So far it's you and I, which is okay, I think. There should be somebody else in here, but nobody's in the chat. Maybe it's Mr. Lewis. He's on the phone. Dylan, how you doing? Dylan, did you get the PDFs? And it's afternoon on the East Coast. I guess it's 10 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast, correct? Okay. Anyway, you have the PDF sheets. What I did, hold on. I took the first section of the Jimmy Chapin book. I believe that was page 4, 5, and 6. Now, some guys just don't know how to read, and that's okay. That's why you come to things like this. So what I did is I broke it down somewhat so that you have a foolproof way of reading. If you look at, which one is this? This is not the one I want. Okay. Anyway, we're going to combine, we're going to change, instead of doing triplet counting, 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the, what we're going to do is count 16th note counting. 1E and the 2E and the 3E and the 4E and the. So what remains the same with the motion is the ride cymbal. This time, instead of going 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1, what we're going to do is we're going to play 1E and the 2E and the 3E and the 4E. 3-stroke down, a 3-stroke down. 1E and the 2E and the 3, 4. So we all know that. And with this particular couple pages here, the bass drum is going to be on 1, 2, 3, 4. The hi-hat's going to be a heel and toe method. Heel's going to be on the 1, toe's going to be on the 2, heel's going to be on the 3, toe's going to be on the 4 against this pattern. So there's a term, and you might want to understand what this is. We're not playing any funk or rock like the bass drum is dominant. like that. The term that I want to bring up is feathering the bass drum. You want to make the bass drum, the ride cymbal, and the hi-hat sound like almost one note. Like if you hit a piano and hit one note on the piano, that's the note you hit, that's what it sounds like. You hit two notes together, it's a different sound. Three notes together, it's a different sound entirely. So you want to make the bass drum, the hi-hat, and the ride cymbal one sound. Okay? And we're feathering the bass drum. We're just lightly playing. Here's the bass drum, nice and light. Just about hearing it. I got my beater about a ½ inch off the head. Okay? So this feathering the bass drum. We're not playing. That sounds ridiculous. Okay, so we're going to feather the bass drum. Now, dotted eighth notes. A lot of guys don't know how to read that. So what I did, like I said, I made a foolproof way of reading it. I did a line of sixteenths. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. And if you look at it, you see the sticking pattern as 1 E and 2 E and. Now you can play that, everybody. It's just very simple. On the counts of 1 E and a, it's giving you the notes to play, the sticking pattern to play. So you understand how that's evolving is 1 E and 2, 3, 4 E and. Now the next move would be play what's there, but eliminate the lefts, and you get this: 1 E and 2 E and E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and E and 4 E and. We understand that, gentlemen? Any questions on that? Now we want to put this in there, nice and slow. The next move would be eliminating the ride cymbal and just playing the bass drum and the hi-hat and the snare drum part. The snare drum part is going to be 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Okay, so now, hey Ross, how you doing? Okay, now the bass drum played 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do it slow. 1 E and 2 E and. Feather that bass drum. 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and. So I'm playing dotted eighth notes on the snare drum. I'm playing my bass drum 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm playing my hi-hat 2 and 4. It's almost sounding like 1 and 2, but it's not. It's a little tighter to the downbeat. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. Get that going on. You want to draw this in. The 3 E and the 4 E and the 1 E and. Nice and slow. Get that going. Shuffle. I balance out my voices, my ride cymbal is consistent, my bass drum is feathered in, and my hi-hats 2 and 4, and I maintain the same volume with my snare drum. No accents. If I feel that one voice is dominating another voice, I adjust it, I blend it all in. Snare drum, hi-hat, bass drum, and ride cymbal as one unit. If you drop down, that's important. You're maintaining that straight floor. all line 2 is the ride cymbal pattern in unison with the snare drum. Now for your information, if you're not certain how that figure goes, again, next, what I did is I wrote out a 1 line of 16th notes with the sticking pattern as 1 E and 2 E and 3 E, 4 E again, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and now, all you have to do is eliminate the lefts, and that gives you the pattern. E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4. Now there's no free stroke down, no free stroke here. What I'm doing is making all those notes one volume. E and the 2 E and now I'm going to play my bass drum, 1, 2, 3, 4, my hi-hat, 2 and 4. And my left hand's going to play that part. 1 E and the 2, feathered in. 3, 4. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3. Against the time. 1 E and the 2, 3, A start. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3. Everybody understand that? Can hear that bass drum, correct? Because I'm feathering it in. Do we have any questions to this point? I made this as simple and clear as possible. Any questions? Yes, no, maybe, by chance, perhaps. Hello? By the way, hopefully this afternoon, okay, I'm going to make a video without me talking so much to you guys because I'm trying to interact with you. I'm just going to make a video of line 1, line 2, line 3, so on and so forth, so you can reference it. And I'll do it in a variety of tempos. Okay? So Russ, you okay? Dylan, you okay? And whoever else is in here, are you okay? All right. Is that ride cymbal too overpowering, gentlemen? It's still ringing? I got a little bit. Okay, let's go to line number 3. Again. No interaction. Dylan, you okay? You listening? The right cymbal sounds okay. Line number 3. Again, I made 1 line of 16th notes in case you just don't understand how to read that notation. That's very important. Reading and counting is a must. Okay? Now, the figure, what I did is I ran the whole line of 16th notes with the variety of various sticking. So the sticking here would be 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. Oh, sorry. Again, 1 E and 2. Now I'm playing the rights a little heavier so you can see. I hear it rather. Now, if you eliminate the lefts and just play the rights, 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 3 E and the 4. And again now what you want to do, the bass drum is being feathered. 1, 2, 3, 4. Left foot 2 and 4. And you're going to play the snare drum part against that. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4. 1 E and the 2 E and 3 E and the 4. Now, every time I teach feathering the bass drum, it always reminds me of one of my students. We're still in contact. As a matter of fact, he was over here the other day working on my new camera. And we should have that hooked up by this evening. It reminds me of me giving him a lesson, drum set to drum set. He's in front of me and I'm in front of him, or however you want to say it. And I was playing that pattern and I feathered the bass drum in. So he played it and I said, well, where's your bass drum? He goes, well, you didn't play your bass drum, which is, in my opinion, a compliment. Because my bass drum was so feathered in and part of the whole thing that you didn't just notice just the bass drum. So I played it again for him without the bass drum. And I asked him, now you hear the bass drum? He goes, yep. That's how light you got to do. All right, so let's do number 3. One, we're going to do just the snare drum, bass drum, and hi-hat. 1 E and the 2 E and 3 E and the 4. 1 E and the 2 E and that's the 1. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4. Against the jazz pattern, remember the full stroke, down, a full stroke, down, a free stroke rather, down, a free stroke. 1 E and the 2 E and the 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the ready to go. 1 E and the 2 E and number 1, 2, 3. Up a little bit. Renzo, where have you been, my man? Okay, everybody stand up and salute Renzo. How are you, Renzo? Okay, we're on number 4. Anybody have any questions from 1 to 3? We'll address the question. Any questions? I just need a yes or a no. A Y for yes and N for a no. I'm country, I'm counting. Yes, counting. I'm going 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4. Now, I normally go to the triplet zone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. But because we have dotted 8th notes, if I could still play the triplet pattern, but now the issue comes 3 against 4. I don't want to go there. Okay? So, I mean, I will do a demonstration on that. I don't know why, I don't know if it was a typeset or how we put this, but when you're playing up-tempo, the triplet and the dotted 8th note are so close you can't really tell. Okay? So I'm just presenting this as the dotted 8th note. All right, number 4. Again, if you don't know how to read, I'm giving you a foolproof reading method of understanding the figure. Again, another line of 16th notes with a different sticking. The sticking would be 1 E and 2 E and 3 E. Now I'm playing the right hand part a little accented. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E. Okay? Now you eliminate the lefts. You maintain the count, but you're eliminating the lefts. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and that's the figure. So once you understand the figure, now you're playing the bass drum. 1, 2, 3, 4. snare drum, the hi-hat, 2 and 4, and you're playing the figure with the snare drum. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Okay, and then against the jazz pattern. I'm counting like this. 1 E and 2 E and 3. Hey Dylan, you have the PDFs in front of you. Dylan. Matt calling Dylan. You have the PDFs. Why would you ask a question like that if it's written in the dotted eighth notes? 1 E and 2. Number 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. 2 E and 3 E and 4. Well, I'm going to make a video, like I said, of this without all the talking. Now what's happening? I froze. All right, I'm going to, there you go. All right, I'm going to make a video of this, and you should have the PDF with you when you're viewing the video. Okay, so we're on number 5. Now again, the foolproof way of reading it, the way I present it, a line of 16ths with the sticking pattern. I'm going to play all the rights, a little accent, like I said. Okay? So now I eliminate the lefts. 1 E and 2 E and 1 E and 2 E and 2 E and 4 again. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. And you play that, now the bass drum and the hi-hat and the snare drum. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. Yes, the right side. Well, 1 E and 2 E and 4, 5. Okay, 1 through 5, a little up. Number 1. Number 2. 3. 4. 5. Dotted eighth notes. Now, on number 6, again the sticking pattern, and I'm going to play the rights a little heavier. Ross, you understand this? Mike? Renzo? We all got it? Yes? No? Hello? Okay, number 6. Again, the sticking pattern. 1 E and 2 E and 4 E and 4 E and eliminate the lefts. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E, 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and notice I'm taking this approach. This is my recommendation to you, my suggestion. You know, if you know how to read this and you know how to do this, that's great. But I'm doing this for the gentlemen or the drummers who don't understand it, and I'm sharing to you how I teach this to my students who don't know. So I don't know exactly where all the drummers that are in here right now are at different levels. Okay? But I'd like to go through this book page by page. And we'll go back to the Chapin Book and to Mr. Stick Control, Mr. George Lawrence Stone. Man, there's 9 people watching. Ay-ya, boonga. All right. All right, well, whoever's in here will say hello. Now, we're on number 7. Okay? Number 7, again, the sticking pattern. 16th note pattern, and I'm gonna play the lefts, and the right's a little heavier. 1 E and 2 E, 3 E and 4 E, 1 E and 3 E and 4 E. Okay? I eliminate now the lefts. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. Very simple. I'm presenting it to you in that kind of formation, so there'd be no problems, I hope. So, against the bass drum, 1, 2, 3, 4, hi-hat 2 and 4. 1 E and 2. Number 7, 3 E and 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and that extra bass drum in here. Now, I have to admit, this doesn't really swing, but what this is about is the mechanics and understanding the notation against the jazz pattern. Let me just get a drink, and I'll do number 7 for you. Okay, number 7, all together. That's the slide. Too loud. But notice that right hand, man, it was 3-stroke, down, a 3-stroke, down, a 3-stroke, down. Okay? 1 through 7, having fun. With this eventually. First, establish the pattern, make it strong. Simple. Okay, any questions from 1 to 7? Now, I guess the readings can come into view here. Let's get on number 7, 8 rather, gentlemen. Dotted 8th note rest. Aha. Who's it? Renzo. Okay. Dotted 8th note rest. How many 16ths is that equal to, gentlemen? Give me some reply and to see if we're on the same page here. Dotted 8th note rest. How many 16ths is that equal? No, Mike, it's equal to 3. A dot placed after a note increases the value of that note by 1/2 the original value. An 8th note rest is equal to 2/16. A dot placed after that increases it. By how much? Okay, by 1/2 the original value. The original value is 2. So I'm going to increase it by 1/2 of that equals 3. Okay? I thought so, but you know, we need to really get into some reading. I've tried to, I'm going to do it, I'm trying to make a ton of videos, and that's my problem. I'm going crazy. But anyway, again, number 8, the sticking pattern. It's the formation of 16th notes, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. Now, I'm going to play the sticking pattern as I presented it to you. 1 E and 2 E and gentlemen understand what I just did, why I'm doing that? Now, you could use the sticking pattern as a reference to the figure. What I'm doing is if I eliminate the lefts and just play the rights inside of that figure, that's the figure you're going to be playing with your snare drum. So we have 1 E without the lefts, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and again 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. We understand that. Now the bass drum 1 2 3 4, snare drum hi-hat 2 and 4. I'm playing that pattern with the left hand. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 1 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and. Now, I won't go past that point till you get that strong and get it in time. Then you want to drop this guy. 16ths. 1 E and the 2 E. Here you go, number 8. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4. 1 E and the 2 E and the. A little up tempo. Okay, number 9, the reversal. Again, the sticking pattern. I'm going to play the rights a little heavier, because that is the figure, remember? And I'm going to fill in with the left hand. 1 E and, I'm sorry. 1 E and 2 E and 4 E and 1 E and okay, now, bass drum, hi-hat, snare drum. 1 E and the number 8, 9 rather. 2 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. It's the jazz pattern. There you go. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4. 1 E and the 2. Bass drum 1 2 3 4. So 1 E and the 2 E and the 3. Left hand. 1 E and the 2 E and. Up tempo. Number 8, 9. Okay, we got it. And we have 10, 11, and 12. You want me to continue? 10, 11, and 12? Or you understand that? Hello? Give me some input, please. Okay, good. How about the rest of you? Well, it's a good book. I don't really use it, but I had a tremendous amount of requests to break it down, so that's why I'm doing that. I like to use the Gary Chapin book, his time functions, and the stick control formulas. It's, you know, the book is good. The graphics are great. He shows you how everything falls down. What I wanted to do, sometime today I hope to do this, other than making this video, I wanted to do a video of me drum soloing. So I need you guys here, input. I need for you to tell me how this is coming to you, volume-wise. And I'm going to put this on snare, and let's hear the input. I want to know how this sounds to you. Is it too loud? Is it okay? Bedinga, bonga, all that. How's that sound? Okay? Help me out, gentlemen. Okay, my small tom-tom here. How's that sound, okay? My other tom-tom. Good, okay, good. Just wanted to have some input. Now, I did send the second, Renzo, I hope you got both sheets of the PDFs. Because I don't want to touch on it today. Maybe tonight I will. Of interpreting the lines of stick control book instead of straight up and down eighth notes, or syncopated, or it is syncopated. We're going to change the way the sticking looks as dotted eighth notes. And we're going to play all the rights with the bass drum, all the lefts with the snare drum, against the jazz time. So I thought I'd send it to you early, so you could look at it and check it out. And you got two, yeah, you should have one for tonight, for today, and one for Wednesday. So there should be two different ones. Okay. All right, I'm going to close up now because it's almost 1:45 and what I need from everybody is if there's any questions, let's talk about it now, and I'll help you out if I can. Any questions, gentlemen? Okay. Mike? Dylan? Ross? Any questions? And whoever else? You're welcome, Ross. Hey, Mike, the dates of the camp is the first Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of October. Ross, you're going to be making it as well, correct? And guys, email me. Let me talk to you a little bit, or I give you my phone number through email. You can call me. Okay? Dylan, you were here one time. Dylan, you coming back to the East Coast at any time soon? All right, I'm gonna close up, gentlemen. Have a good day. I'll see everybody. You're coming to the East Coast, huh? No problem, Renzo. Remember, every Monday and Wednesday, 1 p.m., you're welcome, gentlemen, 1 p.m. on YouTube, 8:30 p.m. on my site. Same to you, Renzo. You have a good day. All right, I'm going to sign off.